Hey folks, it's Carrie from Pretty Neat. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. I share new videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and adopting a minimalist mindset. So I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and stick around. Today, I am going to be talking about an experiment that I did. I started this a couple of months ago now, and that is using a capsule wardrobe. Now, if you're unfamiliar with a capsule wardrobe, this is basically a small, edited selection of clothes that you wear for one season. It's usually made up of between 30 to 40 items, depending on the guidelines. The idea behind the capsule wardrobe is that you have a small number of items that can all mix and match together to make a maximum number of different outfits. I had watched another YouTuber's video about this idea of the capsule wardrobe. They had used a guideline that they found on Pinterest. I took that guideline and I tweaked it a little bit for myself. I have a free PDF available of the capsule wardrobe guideline that I used, and I will link to that in the description box below. The capsule wardrobe that I used was for 30 items, and these 30 items included shirts, pants, skirts, jackets and sweaters. It did include outerwear and shoes, but it did not include other accessories like jewelry or handbags. It did not include underwear or workout gear or loungewear, pajamas, any of that. So this was basically 30 pieces of clothing that I would be wearing when I left the house, essentially. When I put together this capsule wardrobe, one of the things that I did that I think was a little bit unique is that I just created it from clothes that I already owned. So I did not buy anything new to create my capsule wardrobe. I just took the guidelines and I selected from what I had. So it didn't cost me anything. This was basically just an experiment to see if these 30 pieces would be enough clothes for me. I was curious to know if this would be enough variety, if I would feel like I was missing something when I got dressed, or if it would make things easier. This is one of the promised benefits, that having fewer choices actually makes it easier, and it will encourage you to make outfits more creatively because you have fewer things to choose from. I'm also going to link in the description box to my original video where I showed you all of the pieces in my capsule wardrobe, the things that I selected for this, and my thinking as I was compiling it. So today I want to share with you what this experience was like for me, whether I thought it was a success or a failure, and talk about if I think I'm going to continue using a capsule wardrobe moving forward. So my first concern was, is this going to be enough clothing? It's only 30 items. The thing that really struck me when I put the wardrobe together was the number of tops. There are only 10 shirts in this capsule, and when I saw that number together in my closet, it really struck me that I normally keep way more shirts available to pick from, and it really seemed like it wasn't going to be enough. Not only was it only 10 shirts, but that included short sleeve and long sleeve. So it just seemed like very few items. What I found was that this 30-piece capsule wardrobe was plenty of clothing for me. I did not feel like I was too restricted. There were occasions that I just felt like I was in the mood to wear a different shirt that wasn't part of my capsule. The way I laid this out was I have a closet basically with two different sides, and I put the capsule on one side and I put the non-capsule items on the other side. So they were still accessible to me, and that was okay. There were a couple of occasions where I grabbed a different t-shirt or whatever, and I don't consider that cheating. I mean, this really was just an experiment, so who cares, right? But I did not feel that I was too restricted by the 30 pieces, and I do think that it did make me more creative when putting together outfits. I would say that I'm a person that doesn't wear a ton of variety in my clothes normally. I tend to stick with a similar silhouette of like fairly fitted pants and then a t-shirt or some type of long sleeve shirt on top, and then usually a layer over it in the colder weather. I feel like my outfits generally look kind of the same most of the time with just variety and color and pattern and stuff, but the silhouettes are generally similar. I'm also rarely wearing skirts and dresses these days, and so the majority of my outfits are pants, a top, and then some type of jacket or sweater over that. Another question that I had in this experiment was, would this make getting dressed easier? And I have to say that this definitely was the case. I realized that keeping, I don't know, 20 or 30 shirts available to choose from every day, it adds a lot of extra brain power onto the whole decision-making process. Like, I would say that the majority of those shirts that are normally in my closet, they are not things I'm going to grab for. Just having those out of the way, that just made things a lot easier. I didn't have to consider all of these shirts that I knew I wasn't going to reach for and have that mental process of, oh, no, I'm not going to pick that. That's too dressy. No, I'm not going to pick that. I don't like that color, whatever. So it allowed me to really be streamlined in the mornings and just say, oh, okay, there's only this many shirts. The capsule basically had one white t-shirt, one black t-shirt, and one colored or patterned t-shirt. And just paring down to that really helped with the decision. It's so much easier to pick from 3 t-shirts rather than to pick from a dozen of them. I found that the capsule wardrobe was pretty flexible. There was a point somewhere midway where I did get a couple of new shirts. I actually got them from my mom. She was decluttering them and I decided to keep them. And I was able to just simply swap out these new things with a couple of the things that were already in the capsule. Making the basis of the capsule neutral colors and also having a lot of solids, it just makes it easy to add in new things as you get them. And as long as you're sticking with your style, maybe the colors that you typically like, I found that it was easy and they still worked with the other items that I had. One helpful thing that I found in doing this experiment was that it really did highlight some of the holes in my wardrobe. When you really pare down to the basics, each piece becomes very important. I think I was not as distracted by the volume of stuff that I normally have. By paring it way down, I could see that when I was putting together certain outfits, I was missing something that I thought would be useful. So for example, today I actually had an appointment and I had to get somewhat dressed up and I wore this outfit, and it's raining today and it's kind of cold. So my options for dressier shoes were a pair of leopard flats and a black pair of heels. And because it was raining, neither of those really fit the bill. I didn't want to wear the leopard flats with this particular shirt, and I didn't really want to wear these heels in the rain. So I realized I could maybe use another pair of dress shoes that would be more flexible, maybe just a black pair, or I've been on the hunt for a neutral, like nude pair of shoes that I could wear for dressier occasions. Paring down to just the capsule really can help you figure out what things would really help your wardrobe work better as a whole. I think by doing this experiment, you see how important each piece is, and you start to see which pieces would help you when you're making outfits, and that can really make shopping very targeted. So you're not just shopping for whatever or shopping for fun, but you're like, okay, I need a pair of neutral shoes that I can wear with dressier outfits, and that narrows it down considerably. So the final question is, am I going to continue doing this? And the answer is yes. I really liked this experiment. It really pushed me a little bit out of my comfort zone, and it helped me a lot in terms of streamlining my decision making when it was time to get dressed. It made me realize that I really do not need all the clothes that I have. And I am not a person that has a real excess of clothing, I don't think, but this really showed me that I can still get by with so much less, and that actually it's a benefit to have fewer pieces. So in particular, when it comes to my shirts, I have a lot more than I need. So I know that I need to do some decluttering of that area of my wardrobe. I will probably be doing a video coming up soon where I go through my shirts and make some decisions about that. So if you're not subscribed yet and you are interested in seeing more clothing decluttering videos, be sure you hit the button. My plan is to declutter my clothing with this newfound knowledge of what I've learned from trying this capsule wardrobe. And I am planning to create a new capsule for the spring. If you are interested in checking that out, again, I hope that you'll consider subscribing. If you're interested in trying this experiment yourself, I have the guideline for the capsule wardrobe that I used. It's linked down below, so you can download that for free. And while you're down in the description box, you might also check out my online courses. In particular, if you have little ones at home, I have created an online course called Too Much Kids Stuff. I partnered with Katie Henry on this. She is a child care expert. And we created this course to help you go through all the different categories of your kids' stuff. We've included instructions on decluttering their clothing, their toys, their books, their paperwork, all of that. And we really go through this step by step with you. We help you decide what to keep and what to get rid of. We give you some tips on storage and organization, and we even provide some links to products. So if you just want to get this done, you can sign up for the course and you can get all of that set. We're heading on towards the end of the school year, and this is a great time to get all of that stuff in order so that you can just have a fun and relaxing summer. So please check that out. And if you have questions, leave me a comment down below. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button. It does help out my channel a lot. And don't forget to subscribe. I share new videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and adopting a minimalist mindset. Talk to you soon.